citizens. How's your spirit? This is me going live. Yeah, which is kind of strange, right? Anyway, I do hope that you can hear okay. I tested my headphones and microphone before I came in this time. And again, it's really not about that, so let's just chat for a minute. It's the 27th of December, 2025, uh, and I'm outside of the library, and it's been on my consciousness, and no matter how many ways I say it, the easiest way to say it is, there is no God but God, and we are God. If the earth is Babylon, America is Mesopotamia, Arizona possibly specifically, the birth of a nation, new knowledge, new information, new ways of conversating, so to speak, of saying things. We just have to shed ourselves of these old identities, our old belief systems that somehow um, we're not good enough to speak the language of the most pure of everything in our entire lives, right? Simultaneously, we're children of God, Christ, understanding and recognition that one is to be redeemed. We come up from our sins. Jesus chose to go into hell, the den of iniquity, rather than commit the ultimate sin of becoming some type of martyr or deity. And simultaneously, man has in such high regard that Jesus is in danger of that no matter how hard he tries to do what is in alignment with the most high creator of all things, 222 on the clock. You see, here's the thing. Humanity doesn't see themselves as having created deities. They believe that God created them. I am not really here to argue that with you because humanity says, by way of science, that God is all in our heads, and the the darkness, the things that are X, right? The unknown is the reason why we move the way that we do, and that is God when we don't have any other label for it. Okay, smooth. You that you are the dark noise, the dark matter, the bullshit in the consciousness. Okay, when you think, speak, breathe, ookie into existence, that's it. Man is made up of the same things as the universe, and you turn up a bunch of negative energy, and there you have it. God ain't had nothing to do with it. So, were God to exist outside of the human consciousness, is it more likely than not God would be like, yo, I exist, but not like this? Not the way y'all acting? Why would I beat on you if I were your father, too? These are the simple questions that people refuse to ask one another. You dig what I'm saying? As their creator. The books that they use, they look to their book to give them a reason afraid to bow every day, to behave a particular way, rather than looking to the books as a reason to understand and believe that God is talking directly to them in the body and or the spirit. Gonna get into it. Man is the church because man's body is the sanctuary. So when men keep their sanctuary clean and they come together as human beings, that creates God's church, and the church is God's body. Then God can show up and godly things can happen. People believe that requires other human beings when it does not. That is you keeping your home clean, you keeping your mind clean, you putting clean things into your body, you putting clean things into your universe, you reminding yourself that what is present before you to an end because it was created by man and not the creator of all things or your own consciousness. Can I get a witness? When we as human, we are consciously creating a thing, whatever it may be, then we hold ourselves to a higher standard. And we ain't got to worry about no damn command. I watched a young lady today. She's talking about her babies. She will do anything for them. Oh, I'm with you. I get it. But yet, here's the thing. And I mean yet, not but, because but implies I'm about to lie to you. And I ain't got no reason to lie to you, 14:14 on the clock. I'll tell you the entire damn truth. The more we spit that we gonna do this and we gonna do that, there is no reason for anyone else to show up and do a damn thing in our honor, on our side, or on our behalf. Why? Because it implies that we're gonna be ready to fight damn near anybody who comes along just to say, hey, you know what? This could be a different way of going about it. Perhaps what you did got you caught up in some shit and they had to live with your fucking consequences out this piece, respectfully. I say things because it's truth. And truth makes people attack me. I don't really get upset or offended. This next one, though, well, I can feel the attacks approaching before I get the words out of my mouth. Yes, that includes your children with disabilities, and your disabilities, and your parents' disabilities, and all of your cooties. It's karma for the things that we have all spewed into society. Now, some of us got smarter and got it righter as time went on. I'm one of those. I'll tell you a story so we can back it up and you can ask. Okay? When I was a young child, when I say young child, being about 16, right? Forgive me 1 second. If they can show cow tongues steak with screws and blood and whatnot on YouTube, I can smoke my weed on camera. Okay? Okay. So anyway, I suppose I was somewhere between 16 and 18 when I decided I wanted to be a younger parent. So that when age, I'd still be young enough to understand my children, yet old enough to help continue to lay down the framework or the blueprint. This is how I knew I was still supposed to be here. Anyway, long story short, I've always been called what you would say. Well, I've always been more of a militant uh, black woman of indigenous descent than, say, anything else. Up until recently, I decided to stand on the full extent of my lineage, right? So I had a saying, little devils don't go to heaven, specifically to little bad children who were blonde haired and blue eyed. When I decided to have my children, or I was going to be a mother, I recognized that that's just as bad as telling someone that they were going to have an unattractive child, or calling someone's child unattractive, or disrespecting the disabled children that I had grown up with. Get it? So at the end of the day, I've decided to learn to communicate in more positive ways. That's how I became a 5%er. Build on the positive, destroy all negative, and that's how I understood how to communicate with the universe when the time came My life felt like it was ending because someone was trying to kill me. Many people want to say that I am psychic, a prophet, media, whatever. I don't put a label on those things. I don't claim to be specifically a lot. I did call myself like Jesus for clarity's sake. When you die and you're resurrected, you understand that you are Christ in the body, at least. For an understanding of that, one, the life cycle of the human being is very much Phoenician in nature. Now, if you know the lore of a phoenix, right, then you know that a phoenix rises from its own in some lore. In other lore, after having risen from its ashes, it eats the egg from before, the shell at least, right? Um, Hemlock Grove is a great 11 o'clock. Is a great kind of representation. It's the werewolves who they consume their flesh afterwards. That's the life cycle of a phoenix. I have two phoenixes on me, one on my left arm and one on my right shoulder. And I ended about tattoos going into this, but the point of it being, I just told myself, the creator of all things, and whomever else would have it, I'm not going to go through more life cycles of abuse and trauma and whatever it is that makes one a phoenix. So I chose to rise a unicorn. Me, Christ. Get it? I have a very unique horn mouthpiece, which I use to speak the message. It's coming from the source, the creator of all things. More often than not, it's not even meant for me. It's meant for those in the world out there. For clarity, I'm not stuck in like any type of limbo or weird thing like that. I decided to come back. There's people in this world who believe that somebody, you, me, anybody, when we get to the pearly gates, will be rejected. What do you expect God to say to you? Pretty much, I was only ever here to tell you what goes down on the judgment day, how it happens, what to anticipate, to give you the blueprint of. Because at the end of the day, even angels can only walk you to the gates. Most High God or whomever you believe in has to recognize you for you to get through. That's based on your belief system and nothing else. So how can I tell you differently? You ever feel like God's watching you? Hey, Jimmy, you were to look back a couple of my channels, you'd see that unbeknownst to me, I'd be live streaming and God would be watching in the form of Jimi Hendrix. Just God kept the beat too. Men named Jim has consistently been assisted to me. Kindness. Anyway, like I said, I just wanted to say it, just to get it all out there. Maybe it'll help somebody. Modesty is just you recognizing It's up to you to keep your life in balance. Take everything off the table. Everything. I say there is no God, no nothing. It's just you and me, no science, no nothing. How do we get by? What makes us part ways one day? Do we come together only to say things? What happens if we make a baby then? Right? A business or a community and find more people. And we were only ever together to stay safe, to huddle up in numbers. What happens when there are enough numbers that we look safe and we never figured out a way to communicate? That's where man is today. And we're in danger of doing a lot of danger to a lot of other beings. Right? Look at what we've done to the native populations. Look at what we have done to, as we call them, look at what we've done to the birds and the bees of nature. If man believes in evolution, at the same time, we would rather bulldoze something that we didn't make correctly, and rather than fix it or create a different, more upgraded version of it. Yet we believe that we evolved. We came from whatever, an ant, a fish, a monkey. You get what I'm saying. And then men would like to say that they can't hold two things in their head at once. Crazy and tell me I'm experiencing mental illness. Come on, man, get with it. And I'm also not an existentialist. Well, I do believe that humans' existence is essential to the existence of Earth and the galaxy and everything else that we've seen. And all of its messy, new Mesopotamia versions of it for a second. Hey, how you doing? Say again? How do you remember me? And I thank you. Oh yeah, that's right. Exactly. Well, thank you. Yeah, just sweet and sing. Gotcha. Likewise. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah? It smells good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to call you B because I'm on camera, so I appreciate you. It's all right. You're fine. Thank you, B. You have a good day. See? I'm gonna say this for later, though, because I got that. You see? Um, when it comes to the divine messages and things, sit still, be kind, rewind. Look at your life and remember the last time that you were nice. You were at someone like me, even nicer to somebody that you just see on the streets who needs them. Again, not to toot my own horn, just to bring home the point. I had some extra money on me right now for whatever reason, and it's not enough. It's enough for me to do what I need to do in really like 24 to 48 hours, right? Simultaneously. I went to Five Guys, right? I got a burger and fries. Oh, it cost me 15 bucks. Yet, one, the service and quality was absolutely amazing. I would not complain, nor would I change a thing. Okay? Number, even the cute little young gentleman who brought my food to me, I thought it was absolutely a wonderful gesture. Okay? Number two, there was so much food. I was able to give away one, two, three handfuls of fries, eat half of my burger and save half for later, and still have fries to go with both of those servings. Right? Plus munch on some before you. I tipped. I always tip on takeout when I have the opportunity to. I do my best 21-21 tip at the dispensary as well. So I try to make sure that I'm really smart with my money. I've had to be frugal. I've had to budget always because I lived with no I call right financial paralysis due to um, the multiple financial abuses by my former spouse. I just could not take the chances that I would have a savings account and that money would. Excuse me. Okay. Hey, I see the it says we're back online. Okay, my apologies that y'all would come back online to me doing that. Anyway, like I said, I just really wanted to, say what I had to say. There's still a lot, you know. There's some cool shit in the world out here, you guys. When we open our eyes and look around and see what's truly amazing, it's some absolute awesome ish. And I'm thankful for all of it. Thank you for everybody who's actually kept the beat with me since way back in like, 2017, 2020. Kind of insane even. Words have a way of escaping me these days in a positive way. I get lost in the appreciation of God's beauty. I mean, and y'all look over my shoulder though. Wasn't that it? We were discussing before the camera went dark. I mean, life and stuff. That guy's often watching. I'm thankful for it. Best friend I've ever had. I'm thankful for that too. So, start giving back. Start donating to the old school charities and a little bitty startup, the ones that have new ideas and new visions. Your dreams. You certainly feel free to, do that thing. All my links are in my bios, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your holy days. Try not to think of it as judgment or punishment. Parental chiding, course correction. You're not allowed to deflect. That's always present. Even